Phineas and Ferb on Nintendo DS is one of those games that has nothing really going for it, yet it somehow managed to garner a cult following due to it being a fully 3D Phineas and Ferb game on the Nintendo DS system. I understand completely that it was a rare feat to find fully 3D games on Nintendo DS, as most DS games were either 2D games with cartoon graphics or 2D games with CGI graphics. I get it. I understand Phineas and Ferb for the DS was a cherished novelty to most children who grew up playing this game. But at some point, you need to look back at the game without acknowledging the Phineas and Ferb Disney property license. Just take a second of your time to look back at this game as a game competing against 3D platformers on the DS like Super Mario 64 DS, or hell, even Mega Man The Blue Defender for the DS, which is a much better 3D licensed DS game. And once you look at it that way, you'll start to realize that Phineas and Ferb on the DS kinda sucks. So the game is all about Phineas and Ferb platforming around set pieces from the show to find mechanical parts, to build one of several vehicles, to fully play out the events that occurred in actual episodes from Season 1 of the cartoon. These levels are based on episodes such as the Roller Coaster episode, the Swinto episode, and the Monster Truck episode, to name a few. Each of these levels end up playing out exactly the same way. You find all the parts in a 3D platforming segment in order to build a vehicle to complete a really bad and generic 2D section where you must collect a certain number of golden stars, or else you'll have to replay the entire vehicle level all over again, which sucks. The main meat and potatoes of this game, however, would be the 3D platforming sections, which I mentioned earlier in this review. But are they any good? Are these 3D platforming segments in this game actually good? Not really. No. You go around diving headfirst into sandboxes full of broken glass and rusty metal in order to collect parts you either need to build vehicle to beat the level with, or to collect random parts that can be used to upgrade your current platforming gadgets. You got gadgets like your rollerblades to run faster, spring-heeled shoes to jump higher, and a vacuum to suck up parts that were locked behind gates. All of which can be built and upgraded by finding parts in these heavy metal edgelord sandboxes. The vehicle parts are specifically found in sandboxes that have a car door sticking out of it. And the game never tells you this. So I bet there's a ton of kids and young adults watching this review that are now freaking out and frantically grabbing the DS to finally beat that level they were stuck on for a decade now. Great! I know it's a waste of time, but go do it. Just do it.
Do it.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Do it.
Okay, where I leave off? Yeah, there it is. Anyways, in these 3D platforming sections, you need to repair floating platforms and springs by completing various random touchscreen minigames. I'll do that one more time just in case. Do another take.
And work hard at it.
I want another takey take. Baby, you give me another take. So I'm gonna do this again. This becomes tedious after a while since all the platforms in this game are broken and needs to be repaired. So this game has a ton of stop and go action. All the while you have a Candace alert meter where if you don't give Candace a slice of strawberry shortcake every 5 minutes or so, Candace will corner you into a hedge maze and you'll need to play a game of Pac-Man with her in order to collect screws to get out of that hedge maze. I don't know why you need screws to get out of a hedge maze, but apparently you do. Apparently you do. And oh yeah, by the way, these Candace Pac-Man levels, there's a cheat code that lets you play as Candace. And I know about this cheat code because I saw the commercial for this game on the Disney Channel when I was a kid. And the commercial was like, oh, if you want to play as Candace in this fantastic fantastic Phineas and Ferb game. All you gotta do is blah 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 blah, and boom, you got the Candace code. You get to play as Candace. Well, I didn't even bother playing as Candace in the Let's Play series because it's stupid. It's just Pac-Man. It's just Pac-Man, except for you play as a ghost instead of Pac-Man. Wow, what fun! You want to play as a ghost in a Pac-Man game? Well, you got it with the Phineas and Ferb game, and it's not that fun. It's not that fun, but you can do it. I just feel like talking about that just to let you guys know that I am aware that this game existed and that fans of the show might love this game. And I do know about the cheat code, which just shows you that I've seen Phineas and Ferb. I know about the show, and I grew up with this game in mind, but I just never played the game. I knew about this game, but I never played the game. So, well, until now, because I played the Let's Play series and I made this review, so I did indeed play the game. But anyway, let's go back into the review. Stop improvising, Ram. It's stupid. So, if you lose in the Hedge Maze Pac-Man minigame with Candace, you'll have to do the Pac-Man maze all over again, but with less nuts to collect. But if you win, you'll go back into 3D platforming segments, and you'll have another 5 minutes or so until Candace chases you into the Hedge Maze again. Because she keeps doing this every single time. She's addicted to the strawberry shortcake, so you gotta keep giving her more and more strawberry shortcakes. Even if she gets diabetes, you just gotta keep shoving into her face and make sure she doesn't attack you. She's gonna corner you in a hedge maze and just slice your throat. You just gotta make sure you don't do that. Just gotta keep giving her that strawberry shortcake. It's fantastic. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's wrap up the review with 2 positives and 2 negatives. I'll start off with the positives. First off, this is a 3D platforming game on Nintendo DS system, and that's a rare sight to behold. Similar to how 3D driving games were rare on a Game Boy Advance system. So if you don't own a PSP, a 3DS, a PS Vita, or Nintendo Switch, well then the game might appeal to you for gaming on the go. Other than that, most of the random touchscreen minigames that Phineas and Ferb makes you complete when building and repairing inventions are pretty fun to some degree. It's okay, it's not the best thing, it's not like, oh man, you gotta play the minigames in Phineas and Ferb. I am going to buy Phineas and Ferb for 20 bucks on eBay. It's a brand new copy, it's sealed. I'm gonna buy it just because I love the touchscreen minigames on it. I just love it. No one's gonna do that. No one's gonna do it. It's just it's a feature that's good, it's decent. I should mention though that a few of these minigames don't make any sense in context, such as when I had to chop wood in order to repair an all-mechanical floating platform. It's completely made out of metal, so why did I need to chop wood in order to fix this floating platform that's made out of metal? It doesn't make any sense. Why? Why you make me do that? I think the people who programmed the game should have just paid more attention to the context for each of these minigames. Like, for example, like, hey, you gotta fix this metal gates. Let's make some metal balls to fix the gate. Let's do some metal balls minigames and stuff like that. Or you got to fix this floating platform. Let's do some welding with metal sheets. That would be good. Do some welding minigames. That'd be fantastic for the floating platforms. But no, I'm chopping wood for a metal platform. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. Now on to the major negatives. First off, this game is super tedious and repetitive. All the levels in this game play out the exact same way. And it's very, very easy to get lost trying to backtrack to find the last 2 missing mechanical parts on your list. All you do is run around and digging sandboxes and completing random touchscreen minigames every few seconds, which gets pretty old pretty quick. And the last major negative I had with this game was the fact that the developers didn't include the pinpoint locations for the main collectibles on the map. So what was the point of having a map if you weren't going to include the mission collectible locations on the map, like a GPS, like you're supposed to do? Maybe because the game is kind of short with only 4 levels in total, so they had to pad out the game somehow by making it a little bit more challenging to find all the missing parts. Like, hey, you need to find 8 collectibles in this game. 8 of these mechanical parts to build your what is it, the roller coaster in the game, or like bobsled. You gotta build your bobsled. You got 8 different parts in this game. Go find it. Go find it. We're not gonna tell you where it is. Just go find it. You can find it, and yeah, you get pretty lost pretty easily, and it takes like maybe 2 hours for you to find everything. Even though there's only 8 missing parts supposed to find, it can take you a good 2 hours to find them all. Because yeah. Backtracking is a son of a gun in this game, ain't it? Either way, it's time for the final verdict, and I'm gonna give Phineas and Ferb for Nintendo DS 4 out of 10 for the handheld 3D platforming genre of games.